Hey guys, this is undercoverdudes all the way from down under, and today we're going to be talking about the new Combat Arms patch. Before we start, if you don't want to miss another Combat Arms video, make sure to go and subscribe, and also click the bell button. Even if you're an old subscriber, click the bell button and then go all, and that will go and mean you see every single Combat Arms upload. Now this patch is over a gigabyte, which is very significant for a Combat Arms patch. Now you guys might be asking, there is no new maps, no new modes, no new guns, no new whatever. It's only a few bug fixes and a few sales and whatnot. Why is the patch so big? Well, the reason why, Nexon is making us download #MakesEA content patch material, i.e. the biggest Combat Arms patch ever. They're making us download some of the stuff now instead of later. This means when the actual content update hits, we only have to go and download 500 or 600 megabytes, but we don't have to go and download it all at once. Puts less stress on our internet connection, puts less stress on the Nexon servers. Overall, it is a very smart idea. Now, of course, Nexon hasn't turned this on, but people are diving through the files and finding some really juicy information. I'm going to tell you guys all about that at the end of the video. But let's get right into it with the September the 21st patch. Now, the main thing for this patch is the Ghost Heist case removal. What Nexon has gone and done is Ghost Heist cases will not go and drop in-game anymore. And I believe this is a good idea. Basically, Ghost Heist cases, they were just distracting. You kill somebody, and then you hear a noise in your headphones. Somebody could be sneaking up behind you. It's another thing on your screen that you just don't want to go and worry about. So Nexon said, okay, let's just go and remove them. But how is the Ghost Heist case going to get replaced? And also, how are we going to go and get compensated for all these keys in our inventory? Well, replacing is going to be fairly easy. We're replacing it with a Mist Ghost case. It's for 4,500 GP or 750 NX. You go into the store, you buy the case, it opens, and you go and get an item or a gun or whatever. Basically, it has all the contents of the Ghost Heist case, but it's now just in a case where you don't need a key to open it. You just go into the store, you buy the case, it opens, and there you go. It cuts out the middleman of actually going in game and picking up a case, and overall I think that is a very good idea. Now, how are we going to go and get compensated? Well, it's pretty simple. For every Ghost Heist key that is in your inventory, you go and get one case. And from there, you can go and proceed to open all of your, remaining keys. For me, I had like 820 keys remaining, so I have 820 cases now to go and open. So it's going to go and take me a while, but this is the most logical and the best solution for this. You have keys in your inventory. Here's a shit ton of cases, go and open them, everybody's happy, and all the items you can go and sell back for GP, that's what I'm doing at least, and you can go and make quite a lot of GP from this, and I think everybody's going to be happy in the long run. The next two changes I'm really happy about. Nexon has gone and removed all rank requirements from GP rentals in the rental store. So that means if you want to go and hire M107 CQC, the big heavy sniper rifle, the Barrett 50 cal, you can go and do that as a level 1. You don't need to go and rank up to whatever the rank was. I don't know, it's not in the game anymore. But that is great. That is really good. And on top of that, Nexon's gone and said, okay, before you could only go and hire guns in the GP rental store for 1 day. But now you can go and hire them for 1 day, 7 day, and 30 days. That is great. More options to the player, more savings to the player. Overall, it's just a really good change. No 90 days at the moment. Fingers crossed we'll have 90 days back soon enough. But 1 day, 7 day, 30 day, more than enough for most players in my opinion. Now the next thing is great because Nexon is really helping out the lower rank people in this patch, and they're helping them out even more with this next change. If you're under the rank of CSM 5, every time you rank up, you will go and get bonus 300% GP passes, and that is very significant. Basically, as a low-ranked player, you don't get enough GP. You don't get enough GP per game to go and sustain a full build, which is like a G36, a light vest, and an L96A1. You don't get enough GP for each day to go and sustain that build if you're a daily player. So now we have that 7-day option for rental weapons. That's great. And then also you get a ton more GP. Overall, it makes so lower rank players can go and fully utilize this new rental system. That is a really good change in my opinion. Okie dokie, boys. So gold coins and exclusive pass coins, they're obviously being phased out. And what you can go and do is go into your inventory and you can go and open them very, very, very quickly. On top of that, if you have silver coins, you can go into your inventory and you can go and sell them back and get, quite a lot. I've got like 200 silver coins and I've got like 200,000 GP from it. So if you have a few silver coins laying around, go and sell them back and get a shit ton of GP. Now, let's go to the next thing, which is the underdog events. And damn, I love when Nexon do these events because it makes people go and use these really underutilized weapons. So the main one for this patch is if you use a Groza, you get 600 kills, you get a permanent extended mag extreme for your assault rifle, which I know a lot of people will really want. If you go and get 400 kills with the RM597 VTR, the 20 bullet shitty assault rifle, you go and get a permanent S3 suppressor. And there's a ton of events like the K2 and the Gilil Ace, they're coming back. The Spaz 12, it's coming back as well. So if you didn't have enough time to go and do it in the past, you can go and try to do it now. That's great. And we also have new daily jobs for different maps and modes that maybe people don't play as much. And on top of that, we have a 100% bonus GP event. Like Nexon is really catering to the players that just play the game. Not just the players that buy an X, but for everybody. And I think this is a really good thing. Now, moving on to the sales, what I really want to go and say first is no loaded weapons. I think Nexon has gone and learnt their lesson about loaded weapons. They have gone and learnt their lesson that it was a very big mistake. The community collectively just screamed at Nexon like a triggered social justice warrior when these weapons came out. And I think Nexon, they've taken a bit of notice. But now Nexon has to go another step further, and that's by nerfing the loaded weapons that people already have in-game. Now, the two main things that people complained about with loaded weapons was 1, the stun bullets, and 2, the massive 70 bullet magazine. What Nexon needs to go and do is 1, completely remove stun bullets of these weapons. Just get rid of stun bullets altogether. It's being removed from every element of the game, like normal players that didn't buy the loaded weapons, we can't go and get stun bullets anymore. Why do these loaded weapons that have been removed from the store now, why do they have it now? Just get rid of it. It's an inconsistency and it needs to be rectified. But what about the 70 bullet magazine? Yes, I believe it's still overpowered, and yes, it needs a nerf. To what number? To how many bullets? I don't know. But reduce it to 55, 60 maybe, and I think that could be an okay middle ground. I think arguably less would be better, but you're taking away some of the most important aspects of the weapon. You're removing it completely, and that is a very big thing. And just have an option that if people don't like these new nerfs, then let them refund the weapon. I think that is the most fair thing that Nexon can go and do. Yes, they're going to go and lose a little bit of money, but I think having the faith of the Combat Arms players is overall a better idea and a better investment than getting a quick grab of cash like they've done with this whole loaded weapon fiasco. Moving on to custom weapons, I just don't get the point anymore. It's actually laughable because nobody really cares about these weapons, and people obviously not buying these weapons. It makes absolutely no sense, okay? You have the M4A1 Desert Warrior normal. You have the M4A1 Desert Warrior Ace. You have the M4A1 Desert Warrior Visionary. You have the M4A1 Desert Warrior Custom. That is 4 versions of the same gun that basically do the exact same thing. Think of a new player that just hops into the game and wants to go and buy an M4A1 Desert Warrior. How would they go and know the difference between the guns? Because they look exactly the same. Nexon is trying to go and make the game, less confusing for new players, with less clicks to go and buy weapons and whatnot. But then you have 4 versions of the same gun, and then you have, it's so stupid. Custom weapons, are they overpowered? Not really, it's just a bit of a stat buff. I don't think many people care about that. It's just you're introducing another layer of confusion to the game that doesn't need to be there. Like right now, they've gone and implemented the M417 SB custom and AK-70, ACR Black Snake custom in the store. If you wanted to go and sell the M417 SB and the ACR Black Snake in the store, then you go and do that because you're doing that right now for the L115A3 Ghillie and MSR, which are NX Rare sniper rifles. Go and do it for these guns. You don't need to go and put out a custom version just so people can go and buy it. People will more than likely just go and buy the normal NX Rare version. And it's so stupid, this whole custom thing. Like, you go into the store now. You go into the store right now, and it's filled with normal weapons, and then visionary weapons, and then custom weapons, and the guns look the same. It's so confusing. And for me, it's not confusing, but think of a newer player. And that's what Nixon's trying to go and tap into newer players. It is just so stupid in my opinion. You go through the rest of the sale and it's a lot of shit that really nobody cares about, but you also have GP permanents. I have to say, good on you, Nixon. GP permanents are great. The Anaconda Silver, the Uzi Metal, the Sega 20k Camo, the AEK 971, the M2 Brownie, all fairly decent weapons for about 100k each. So if you have a bit of spare GP, definitely go and pick some of those guns up. I have to say, if you have to go and buy only one of them, the AEK 971 is a decent assault rifle to go and play around with. So to go and round out this video, let's go and talk about some of the stuff that will be in the hashtag Makes Great Again patch. Now, the first thing is a few skinned weapons with hashtag Makes Great Again theme. It's basically these weapons are given out as a reward because a lot of people are going to be a bit apprehensive to hop in the matchmaking. A lot of people will just go to custom, but a bit of an incentive for people to play matchmaking is if you go and play a certain amount of games, you go and get, a permanent cosmetic that has hashtag Makes Great Again on it, or a permanent bomb, or a permanent backpack, or a permanent cap, or something like that. I don't know, but it's just a little bit of something so people can go and get a little bit excited, I suppose. Now, moving down, we have a few different items. We have Recruits Viper, Recruits Scorpion, Recruits May. I honestly don't like them, especially like the Recruits Vest, where you go and get like a ton of speed and a ton of protection, so you can consistently tank my SG-50 shot. I don't like that at all, but I think these items are going to be exactly the same. They're trying to go and give lower ranked people an advantage, so higher ranked people like me just don't just gutter stomp them every time with my NX weapons. And you know what? I'm using OP shit. Give them a little bit of an advantage. Yes, it's fighting fire with fire, but that's all you really can do at this point in the game, especially when so many people have these really powerful weapons. You got a few packages. Another thing that I really want to go and mention is the fact that there is an AFK monitor now. Well, there will be an AFK monitor. If you're AFK for a certain amount of time, there'll be a little pop-up on the screen. You have to press OK. If you don't press OK, you'll get kicked from the room. That's really good. And also, top 5 players for maps seem to be coming back, and that'll be really cool as well. Like, when you hop into a game, you see the top 5 people of that map that got, the most kills or whatever. I don't know how the Nixon algorithm was when it was in the game, but it seems like that will be coming back as well. A few new items, a few new cases and whatnot, but overall, not too much to go and report on now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go and give it a like rating. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, out.